Welcome to the Recognized Student Organization Officer Training video. In this tutorial, I'm going to quickly cover the recognition process and the benefits to becoming an RSO at Minnesota State Mankato. The recognition process is all done through our online registration system, MavSync, which is powered by orgsync.com, but branded as MavSync to the university. The annual recognition is done all through this software, which can actually be accessed through the RSO website as pictured here. You'll see on the main page, login to MavSync is right here. You log in and you can go to your organization's portal to get started. This is also where you go for initial recognition for a new RSO that you're trying to start, as well as to make updates to your organization's leadership, advisor, or constitution. Again, the RSO website is a great resource to you as shown here. Official registration is actually done the end of August through the end of September. From here, the registration process is as follows. The student officer submits the recognition through their portal on MavSync. Then the advisor receives an automatically generated email asking them to review and approve that submission. Once they've done so, it's sent to Student Senate or MSSA, and they review and approve your details as well. Once they review, the president actually reviews it, and then once it's followed this whole chain, you're listed in the RSO directory. I do need to let you know here that through each one of these steps, you may be asked to make some edits. So don't actually panic if that ends up being the case for your organization. Just make the edit, and then let's move the process right along. The perks and benefits to becoming recognized are as follows. There's a lot of free things that you get. Meeting and event space on campus, event planning advice and consultation through the RSO staff, an on-campus bank account, marketing, advertising, and recruiting opportunities, an MNSU email for your group, and a mailbox back in student activities, as well as eligibility for fundraising on and off campus and funding through student government. And finally, last but not least, credibility as you do business on and off campus. I'm sure there's much more that I'm not thinking of, but here are some of the things that come to mind off right now. So, scheduling requests for meeting space, again, that's free. These are done through virtual EMS software on the scheduling website as listed right here. What you'll do is you'll click on this logo here, and then you log in using your your MNSU email account for your organization. So let's pretend that RSO is a student group, and the email is rso@mnsu.edu. That email is my login, and the password is everything that prefaces @mnsu.edu. Now, if your organization does not have an MNSU email address, go ahead and request an email through the Forms module, as you'll see here, within RSO portal, as pictured here. So, requesting space through EMS is pretty simple, especially for meeting space, and it's very immediate. Your request would be approved right away. However, if you're reserving space for a larger event, you will be prompted to complete a special event checklist. And this form can actually be found in the Forms section within your own organization's portal. We've built that form and pushed it out to every student organization's portal within, again, the Forms module here. You'll need to complete that special event checklist 2 weeks prior to the event. And really this checklist is just providing scheduling staff with some more specifics related to your event. Once you complete that form, it'll send an automatic email again to your RSO advisor asking them to review and approve. And then depending on the safety and security needs of your event, Chandler Holland with Risk Management or Susie Dugan from Campus Security will be contacted. I just want to say again, for speakers in large events, there's a few things you need to know. One, RSO leaders and advisors cannot sign contracts on behalf of the university. Okay? There's a process for this. And it requires a lot of dedication and pre-planning to implement these large-scale events and to contract with a vendor. So, for guidance on planning large-scale events and contracting with service providers, visit the Resources tab on the RSO website, as listed here. Another benefit to RSOs is funding and account related. So you do have the ability to gain a bank account on campus, which is called a 901 account here at Minnesota State Mankato. To have a 901 account made for your group, you can go to the form section in your portal form section in the RSO portal. You're going to start to see a trend here. It's going to be important for you to join the RSO portal as well, being an RSO leader. You can also have accounts set up at Wells Fargo and Affinity Plus. However, you will need to visit those establishments to get those accounts set up. The RSO office doesn't do anything with those. You're also eligible for funding permits, 3 permits per semester to host both on-campus and off-campus fundraisers. Common on-campus fundraisers include bake sales, popcorn sales, and barbecues. And then community-wide, oftentimes groups go to Buffalo Wild Wings or work with Pizza Ranch within the community. If you're looking for a more detailed list or suggestions for fundraising within the community, go ahead and stop by the RSO office within Student Activities CSU 173, and we can provide you with that. Finally, within funding, you also are eligible to apply for student allocation funds to host an event or program on campus open to all students, or to cover conference fees or travel funding for your group. And these applications are found in the Forms module within your organization's portal. So within your portal, you click on Forms and you'll see those applications there. Promoting, posting, and advertising. We also have some benefits for recognized groups in this category as well. So opportunities through Scheduling Office and CSU 219 include tabling within both the CSU as well as Highland Center, CSU showcases as pictured here on the right, which are in between Barnes & Noble Bookstore and Student Activities on the main level in the CSU. And then we've got CSU poster holders as pictured here. You'll see these around the CSU. And stairwell banners. So these glass areas that cover the little cutout squares within the CSU near Mav Ave, you can actually post banners there if you make the proper request within EMS or go to the scheduling office to do so. You can also, if you have ideas to post posters, banners, or other special requests, there's a promotional special request for the CSU within the Forms module in your organization's portal. So you'll need to fill that out if you have any special requests that don't fit any of these classifications. Also, you'll want to be privy to the community fairs that happen September and January through our Community Engagement Office, as well as the Fall RSO Fair that's hosted in the CSU Mall. For either of these fairs and to register for them, go ahead and visit again the RSO website, specifically the events section, upcoming events, and you'll be able to register there. Posters. Organizations are free to post posters around the CSU and the greater campus. However, before you do so, you must complete a graphic approval request. And this form is found in the Forms module in your organization's portal. You must get posters stamped once they're approved in CSU 220, and then if you're trying to figure out where you can post around campus, go ahead and stop by CSU 173, and we have a handout that lets you know where all the posting places are on campus. I do need to preface here as well, this graphic approval request form does need to be filled out if your organization is planning to have t-shirts made or anything like that. You have to actually share the graphic design with us, and then we actually get approval through integrated marketing. Sandwich boards, these things here down in the corner, the big yellow ones that you'll see outside all over campus, these are also something that come free to RSOs once you're recognized. So you can find these in Student Activities, CSU 173, visit the front desk, and you can reserve one of these for up to a week at a time. The RSO newsletter is another area where you can get news out about what's happening within your organization. If you need to submit something to the RSO newsletter, which does go out bi-weekly, so every other week, go to the Forms module within the RSO portal and you can make a submission there to highlight an event or something else your group has going on. And lastly, we always encourage groups to let the campus reporter, the newspaper, know what you're up to. If you've got a really big event on campus, make sure that they know, and maybe you can get some coverage there as well. Other RSO resources include email accounts. Again, I alluded to this when we were talking about EMS scheduling, but all recognized student organizations are eligible to have an MNSU account created for them. If your group doesn't have one created already, you can go to the Forms module within the RSO portal and request an email for your group. Then one of the RSO staff members will go ahead and get back to you. If you aren't sure if you have an MNSU email, you'd also want to contact the RSO office to get that checked out as well. The RSO website is another great resource. Within the website, if you go to the resources tab, you're going to find a lot of different tutorial videos and things like that that get you up to speed on some of the things that you want to do. For example, contracting, more in-depth marketing, and social media type things. Also, as pictured here in this upper left-hand corner, you'll see that within CSU 173 Student Activities, which is where the RSO office and space are located, these are mailboxes for RSOs. So once your group is recognized, you do have an on-campus mailbox available to you. Also, there's office space and storage. This is the RSO space or room and storage space within CSU 173. You can hold meetings here. There's a few computers within that space that you can use. It's a great resource and very underused by RSOs. Free coffee and tea. So stop by there anytime you're looking to kind of get away. The Imagination Station is also free of use. We've got big, long roll poster board paper. We also have a big table space and cutout letters, glue, scissors, and things like that for you to design posters for your group. Program and event advice. You can stop by the Student Activities office and speak with any one of the RSO staff members if you need help kind of figuring out or planning a program that your group wants to do. And we also have the Leadership Library, which has books and many different resources in print that you can look at that might help you as well. So if that's something that you'd like to look over, you can actually stop at the front desk or visit with an RSO staff member as well. Finally, MavSync or OrgSync is actually going to be one of your greatest resources because, again, this is an organizational management software. Case in point, it's supposed to help you stay organized throughout the year. So if you aren't really sure how to use the functions within your portal, definitely check out the MavSync Help portal, and there's video tutorials listed there that will help you get started. Also, think of the forms within MavSync or OrgSync as sort of a one-stop shop. This is really where you're going to go to fill out all the pertinent forms that you need to complete throughout the year to run your organization. So either there'll be forms in your organization's portal, or the forms will be hosted within the RSO portal. So just to kind of get you a little bit more up to speed on that, I'm going to kind of give you the preview to MavSync forms. The smart approach to this is to join the RSO portal. If you're a member of the RSO portal, you have access to every single form that you will ever need, okay? All these ones pictured here with the red little dot by them, these are forms that are pushed out to your organization's portal because oftentimes these are what student organizations need to use anyways. So here's that special event checklist. The Johnson Alumni Room, this is just a special request if you need that room over in Taylor Center. And then here's that promotional special use request form. If you have different signs and things you want to hang or a flex screen within the CSU that don't meet those other tabling and banner stairwell requirements. The Student Food Development Application form, this is if you want to actually host an event within a kitchen space on campus. Then you'd fill out this, and oftentimes that's going to be in the Multicultural Student Center upstairs in CSU. Potluck social request, this is another form that you can fill out if your group wants to have a potluck on campus. Now in this situation, it must be something that's only open to members of your group, not to the public. So this is not a recruiting opportunity. Potluck social requests are only for your group, okay? Here's that RSO email request that I said would be there for you, as well as requesting a 901 account. There's the RSO newsletter event information form for you to actually submit an event that you'd like highlighted in the newsletter. And then as you'll see here, MavFest, the RSO fair, this in the fall, is here for registration, and amongst other different things. So just make sure that you join the RSO portal. That's going to be crucial to you, and then follow the forms module within your portal to make sure you're getting everything done that you need to get completed. Finally, go ahead and find us on social media. We have one program that's going to really utilize our Twitter account, which is RSO Mankato, and the Facebook page is always a good resource for you as well. Just go MNSU, RSOs, and Student Leadership, and go ahead and like that page. That's all for now. Look forward to working with you throughout the year, and definitely stop by CSU 173 if you got any questions.